Welcome back to Buddy Buddy. I'm here today with my college roommate and my now best friend, Mr. Caleb Kohns. Thank you for coming on my podcast.
Thanks for having me, man. It's good to be here.
Yes, for sure. I had this idea to start this podcast, and obviously you and Austin and Wingo were some people that I had in mind for sure to have on this podcast. So I'm glad you're back in this house. We'll go back. We'll talk about it later, how you used to live with me, but I'm glad that you're back in my house and having this time just to talk.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Feels like it's been a while since we've had like a life talk. Last couple of times we hung out, we've had other things on our mind, maybe more important things, arguably.
Like golf.
Yeah, like what score to break is a scramble.
Yeah.
But
golf is definitely an important part of our lives now.
Yeah.
We're in that season of life.
Yeah, but no, dude, I'm glad to be on. I think it's a cool idea what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, my sole goal is to reconnect with people in my life, and whether that's best friends that I've known for 7-8 years now to people that I just met in the past couple of years of my life that I just want to build a deeper connection with. So we'll break the ice.
All right.
If you could only have 3 apps on your phone, you got to delete everything else. What 3 apps are you keeping on your phone?
So I gotta keep does the phone?
Okay, I'll let you
does
keep.
Those count
like,
as like the?
I'll keep your. You can call people and text people, but outside
of
apps.
those 3. Okay. Yep. ESPN app.
I was expecting you to say that.
Probably my Clash of Clans app.
Okay. You probably got way too many hours invested to get rid of that.
Yeah, I do. I started playing. Well, I was playing in high school. Oh my gosh, high school was so long ago. And then I was off it for a while, and then I got back on it like 2 years ago. So yeah, probably that.
ESPN, Clash of Clans.
And then, oh my gosh, dude, probably. Dude, honestly, probably like my fantasy football app or something like that, because I'm trying to think of what I use my phone for outside of work and like phone calls and texts, and there's not much. Like I don't play games that much. I'm off social media like entirely, so
that's cool.
Don't use it at all for that. So I guess that yeah.
I can't say that I'm off social media because my number one's probably TikTok.
Yeah,
I spend the most time on TikTok, but yeah, be sending random ones to the girlfriend. But TikTok, probably ESPN as well, because we got to be able to say "Go Braves" to each other.
Go Braves, baby.
Go Braves. And then probably my third would probably be YouTube. I guess that's probably the top 3 that I use.
Oh dang. Okay, yeah, YouTube. Actually, that's a good one.
I probably have to keep YouTube.
I'm going YouTube over the fantasy apps.
YouTube over fantasy.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I'd be watching YouTube all the time.
Especially a lot of golf content. Who's the go-to golf creator for you right now?
Probably Bob Does Sports now. I would have said good for a long time, but I still watch their videos. But I don't know, dude. It's just like I feel like now. It's just the same videos over and over again.
Yep.
Like just at like a different course or like a different, And also they bring some of the guests they bring on now. I'm just like, I mean, they're good at golf, but it's whatever.
Yeah, the personality's a big aspect.
Yeah, but Bob Does Sports, bro.
Yeah, I pretty much just watch Grant and Bob Does Sports.
Yeah.
And the Bryan Bros. That's about like the only 3 that I really watch.
Yeah. Watched a couple of theirs.
But that's pretty much the only golf creators I watch. So yeah, it'd be YouTube, TikTok, and ESPN for my 3.
Those are strong.
So we met back at the good old North Greenville.
Dude, go Crusaders, baby.
Crusaders.
Did you hear that they're changing their mascot apparently?
I did not. What are they changing it to?
I have no idea. I heard from somewhere. Don't quote me on this. I got this from someone. I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently maybe it was just considering changing their name because
it's on the flirting the lines of
they're trying to
cancelable,
be more
like being canceled type thing.
I think so.
I mean, I don't see it
I
too
don't know.
much, but
anyways,
we'll find out if they do.
Yeah,
if they
North
do.
Greenville, man.
Good on North Greenville days. We met on the field outside the cafeteria.
The stud field,
playing Ultimate Frisbee. It's gonna, if people that listen, there's gonna be a common trend. The Frisbee's gonna be a common
Frisbee's
trend.
gonna be a hot topic.
A hot topic
these
in
episodes. Yeah.
In each episode, if it deals with people that came from
Yeah.
North Greenville.
Yeah.
Frisbee's been a big deal in our life, and it is a lot of our friendships have came from that sport.
For sure.
And I remember that night because it was me and my sweet mate at the time, Hudson.
Yep.
We picked you up to play. We were just playing pickup Frisbee, and we dominated everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided we were going to make a intramural team because we thought we had the best chance to win if all three of us were on the same team. I don't remember if we won that year in intramurals or not.
I don't remember either. Cause wasn't that the team where we all went to Walmart and got the tie-dye cat shirts?
We did do that. But I think that was for it was Ultimate, but with the football, whatever they called it.
Air Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
But
yeah, I don't remember if we won or not.
I don't know. I just remember that just started it all.
Yeah.
And we quickly transitioned from Frisbee to hanging out in the dorm room playing FIFA. And a lot of that's Frisbee and FIFA are probably the two Fs are probably the two bonding moments in our beginnings of our friendship. I remember plenty of nights staying up way later than we should, which led to skipping class, playing FIFA, eventually leading to bets where I made you shave your leg.
I do remember that. Yep. I remember because after that first night we were playing like pickup Frisbee, and you and Hudson were like, "Hey, do you want to play on an intramural team?" And I was like, "Sure." Like, I mean, that's fine. That sounds cool. And then I'm sure there was other things we talked about, but the only thing I remember was you asking me if I'd play video games, because you were like, "Do you want to come to our dorm and hang out at some point?" And you were like, "What do you like to play? Do you like FIFA?" And I was like, "I love FIFA."
Yeah, I think you and your brother have been playing a lot at home, like before you moved into college. So like,
yeah, FIFA was like probably the game I played the most through high school.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were like, "Do you play FIFA?" I was like, "Absolutely, I do."
Yeah, and that started it all. Or it started the regular us hanging out, and then eventually me coming over to your dorm and meeting Evan and your roommate Moody and
yes, yep,
and Josh,
and Brunson,
and I met all of them because they all lived in your dorm, and those are some good memories with them.
Yep. They were.
But outside of that, I remember early on in our friendship, I used to always come and visit you back in Winston-Salem because you're from Winston-Salem. You got to put me on Sheets, the best gas station. Sorry, QT.
Now that I live down here in South Carolina, I'm a QT man for sure. But I'm a Sheets at heart, dude.
Sheets at heart,
Sheets at heart, bro.
Yeah, you definitely put me on the times we go back there and got to experience Winston-Salem, going to
all its glory.
All its glory. Going to the haunted, like we went to the cemetery.
Old Salem Cemetery, yeah.
I remember we had that picture where we were like goofing off with my camera, and it looks like there's somebody like sitting behind me, and we felt like it was haunted because we were sitting in Old Salem and it like had this like ghost behind me.
Dude, who knows? But there's definitely some pretty crazy stories out of Old Salem for sure. So
yeah. And then we always used to enjoy going hiking. Hiking was kind of like our getaway because North Greenville didn't have a ton to offer when it comes to hanging out and doing stuff.
Dude, honestly, after the first semester of that, or maybe it's like end of the first semester and that whole second semester of my freshman year, sophomore year, we went hiking like maybe every weekend might be ambitious, but it was close to it.
It was close to it.
Yeah.
We were going somewhere, and I was looking back through pictures as I was preparing for this, and I found the pictures of us climbing that power tower, and that I think that was the closest I've ever been to death.
You went way up there.
And I thought about attaching my Eno and hanging from my hammock up there, but I'm grateful I didn't do that. I remember that, and I was like, that was probably the closest I've ever been to death. Because I was like way up there in one little slip, and
you were so high up there, and I was like, I'm not going up there.
And there was nothing you could have done if I would have fell outside of call my parents. But
yeah, that would have been a tough call.
But yeah, hiking was our thing. We always used to get out there. And another thing, leading on through our Frisbee days, I feel like kind of solidified the friendship was me, you, and Wingo and Austin all got matching tattoos.
Yep, we do.
And it was surprising because it was my idea.
Yeah, I forgot that was your idea.
It was my idea, and y'all had tattoo. Well, Wingo didn't. It was mine and Wingo's first tattoo.
Yeah,
but you and Austin obviously had been.
We had some.
Y'all had some already, and so I was surprised that I wanted to do it. To be honest, because that's the only tattoo that I have. I don't have any more yet.
Yeah.
But good old Fred might have been not the safest, nicest tattoo parlor, but got the job done.
You don't want to go get your tattoo in a fat Mexican's garage
next to a El Camino filled with trash.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds ideal to me, but
I miss Fred.
Yeah, I guess you got to go see him again.
Yeah,
you and Austin. I don't know if I'm getting another tattoo. So
I know I miss him.
But after you didn't finish school, but you decided to go work full time back in Winston-Salem. But even when we lived together our last year at North Greenville, we would always joke that we would live together.
Yep.
Because my last year there, and I guess that was your last year there.
Yeah.
Or did you have a semester after that before you?
No, it was. It was your.
I had to take one extra semester.
Yeah, it was that.
My last school year where I lived there.
Yeah, your senior year was my last year there. Yeah.
But we lived together. We were roommates then, and we always joked that we would live together if we were both single and out of school. And in October of 2019, I decided to buy a house. The house we're in now.
Yep.
And you started dating this girl who's now your wife, who's now about to be the mother of your child.
Yep.
We'll get into that in a little bit.
All right.
But and so you knew that I was buying a house, and so you pretty much asked me. You were like, "Hey, like, I'm kind of seeing this girl in Greenville," and I was just like, we always joked about it. Like, you looking for a roommate? It was like, I'm trying to come down and see if this will work with Emily, and gonna find me a job and just see, like, whatever, you want to be roommates. And we made it happen. And I remember when you first moved in, the house was not even close to finished.
Dude, this house.
The house has come a long way.
Yeah, it has.
It has come a long way. But you were in desperate need of having a place to sleep because you had already took a job and you had to start working.
Yeah, I already had I'd started a job already down here, so I had to be down here.
Yeah, you had to sleep somewhere.
Or whatever. I don't remember it was like early November, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, it was like mid-November was when you and Phil moved in.
Because you weren't even staying here at first.
Because I wasn't, I completely redid my house.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sleeping till I had furniture in my room. But you and Phil, when y'all first moved in, y'all were sleeping on the floor, and the floor wasn't even done yet. It was just the subfloor with just mattresses on the floor, which, respect to you. All I left you with was a refrigerator. You didn't have an oven or a microwave or anything because I was in the process of redoing the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I felt bad for that. But yeah, it is what it is because you had to start working.
Look, I was grateful. I had a place to stay down here for not that much money, so it was a great situation. Yeah, it was a good move for sure because, obviously I wanted to move down to be closer to Emily, because long distance is just not ideal, you know.
Nope.
I had done it before, but I was like, I don't have anything holding me to Winston-Salem right now. Like, I'm just working like a job that's not anything, like, it's not my career or anything like that. Just living with my parents, just trying to figure out like my next step in life. And so started dating Emily, and then it was just like, I think we'd only been dating for like 3 months or something like that before you told me you were buying the house. Yeah. And then I was just like, yo.
So backtracking a little bit. So I think I know the story, but just to reiterate, how did you and Emily first start dating?
So we started dating, so we met indirectly through a mutual friend.
That was while you were still at North Greenville?
No. This was that summer of 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, before I got you.
Yeah. So we started talking, and yeah, we talked for, let's see, it was like a month or so, and then I came down here to visit because that first weekend you were still living at your parents' house, and I came over and slept over there.
Yeah.
And then I think like the next weekend or 2 weeks later, I came down here. We started like, officially dating or whatever, and then we so
That's what I was
yeah,
on this
okay.
part.
So her younger brother, messaged me on Instagram one day, and I saw the name, and I was like, I don't know who this is. I was like, and I saw on the Instagram bio where it says like followed by or whatever. I was like, okay, there's a couple people from North Greenville. I was like, maybe he went to North Greenville. I just don't like remember him or something. So I accepted the message request, and he's like, hey man, like, just want to let you know Emily's single. And that was it. That was the whole message.
That was it.
That was the whole message. I think that was it. And I was like, I responded, I was like, okay. And I was just like, why are you telling me this? I was like, I don't even know. It took me a minute to be like, who is Emily? Like, I don't even know who you're talking about. And then I like clicked on his name, and then I figured out who he was talking about. And I was like, okay. And he's like, yeah, she and her boyfriend broke up, and I like heard that you liked each other or something like that. And I was like, this is news to me. I was like, first off, never met her, never talked to her. So this is news to me. Didn't know that. And so I, after like a couple of days, I was just like, I mean, because to me, I'm like, okay, well, I guess she likes me because
her brother messaged you.
Yeah, because her brother's just like pawning her off to some guy he's never met. So I was like, she must like me, I guess. So I was gonna message her, and then we had a mutual friend who I will not say who it is, but
fair.
Yeah, they got into kind of an argument over it. And so, anyways, long story short, Emily got in contact with me, and she's like, hey, this isn't going to happen because, I'm working on my friendship with this person. Like, I don't really know you. Like, I don't know what my brother was doing. Sorry. Yeah. I was just like, okay. And I was like, I don't really care. I was like, I don't know you. So
you weren't planning on it.
Yeah, whatever.
You got a random message.
Yeah. And then so she asked me again, she's like, do you understand? She's like, I'm sorry, I feel bad, but like, do you get it? And I still to this day take credit for us, because I could have just been like, yeah, I'm get it, whatever. And that would have been it. But I was like, so are you saying no because you want to say no, or because of the situation here? And then a couple days go by, and then anyway, she messaged me again like a couple days later, and she was just like, she kind of apologized for all the drama that ensued with that whole situation, which was super weird. But so we kind of started texting back and forth a little bit, and then turned into like phone calls, and then like, for like 2 months or so, and now we're married.
And now you're married. So you got married in October of 21.
Yep.
Right? So you're coming up on 2 years.
2 years, yep. Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. So what is one thing you feel like you've learned about yourself and y'all's relationship now that you've been married for close to 2 years?
I am not quite as patient of a person as I thought I was.
Okay.
Before going into marriage. I would just say I'm pretty patient, but I've learned that you just have to trust someone else like with everything, which can be kind of hard to do once you get into the thick of it. But marriage it's the hardest thing that I've ever done. This is me saying this pre-fatherhood here, but but it's also like hands down the best thing I've ever done. Being able to live and like do life with like this person who you care so much about, who's your best friend, all that, it's awesome. But I've learned to, and this might be a little cliche, but it's like you've got to put Christ first in like everything you do and in your relationship and stuff. Because if you're just relying on yourself or just each other, like you're gonna let each other down. Like you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail each other. Like without a doubt, it's gonna happen. And learning to forgive, and move past things that happen and stuff. Like we had, I don't go into like too much detail or anything, but we had a little instance like last year where we were going through some stuff, and it was pretty difficult, and it just came into like without putting God before both like each other and relying on him and stuff. Like if we hadn't done that, then it would have been, things would have gone the wrong direction. But instead now everything's a lot better and moving forward and stuff. But it's, I don't know. That was probably not a direct answer to your question, but
no, you pretty much did answer your question. You learned that you're not as patient as you thought you were, and you're obviously working on that, and that's definitely going to be tested even more as you're stepping into this new season.
And it's true, dude. I know a lot of people our age or even like a little bit younger who like just got married, is getting married, like they've been married for even like less than I have, like a year or whatever. And I just always tell people, I'm like, marriage is hard, man. Like you have to put someone else completely above yourself, like no matter what. And it's easy to say that, and you like, yeah, I love this person, like that's no problem. But then day after day after day, like you're gonna mess up, and it just comes down to like, I love this person, I forgive this person, and then Emily just I don't deserve her. She stooped big time. So
that's sweet.
Like I'll take it.
You'll take it, but you take credit for the relationship. So.
I do, yes, I do take credit for it for sure, 100%.
So we've mentioned it a few times, but now you're expecting a baby.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
It's crazy, man. I've known you for 8 years of my life.
That's also crazy.
Yeah,
because in my head I'm just like, oh yeah, the guys from school, like Andrew, Austin, Wingo, all the guys. It's just like, oh, like we've known them for like a couple years. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been like
like a third of your life.
Yeah, honestly,
of both of our lives.
Yeah,
we've known each other.
It's wild.
It's crazy. But now you're expecting a baby. So what is this season of life like right now with Emily as y'all prepare for bringing a kid into this world?
It's good, honestly. Like we're really excited. It's been pretty difficult. More so for her than me, because obviously, she's dealing with all the pregnancy stuff. And what's hard for me is having to see her deal with all this stuff and not be able to like.
There's not much you can.
Yeah, there's not much I can do.
Can't relieve her pain or anything.
Right. So. Yeah, exactly. So, just trying to be there for her as best I can. Anytime she needs something, I've made a couple trips out at like 3 a.m. to go get her or whatever it is. But yeah, it's been good though. It's been, and it's still kind of hard because obviously the baby's not here yet, and she's 21 weeks, so we're about halfway there. So, but it's cool to see. I feel like I'm getting some perspective on what it's gonna be like, and I'm just like imagining like doing all this stuff with his child and like what my life's gonna be like, and it's just like so exciting, and that's all I really feel about it. I mean, I'm a little nervous. For one, I have like little to no experience with tiny little newborn babies, for one, which I'm not too worried about it. I feel like that's not that uncommon, but
yeah. Especially for dads. Like girls get some experience with like babysitting and everywhere they serve at the nurseries at church, and so they get some experience.
Right. Yeah.
Men per se rarely get experience with infants.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're pretty much in fair territory when it comes to
but we're just excited, man. It's we know it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a big life change. But we were we talked about it, and we were pretty ready to start a family. We had kind of talked about trying this year, and then we found out like right before we were like, we want to start thinking about trying for a family here.
So,
yeah, so I was like, okay, well,
I mean, it is that we were about to start trying, so
yeah,
I guess we're ready.
But so we know what all it comes with and stuff, and we're ready for it. But yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, that's exciting for you. It's exciting for me as a friend to see you go through this because obviously I'm kind of invested because I've known you for a third of my life. We've lived together for 3 years if you count college, and so it's just cool to see a friend of mine go into a stage of life that I'm not in, and just to like kind of observe from the outside and learn from you.
Yeah.
So I'm excited from that, and just to see the joy that a baby is going to bring to you. And that's just going to be cool to see from a friend's perspective. But before the baby gets here, we're going to take advantage of as much time to play golf as we can. Naturally. Because that time might be a little cut once it happens. But I wanted to ask you personally, because I've only heard it from Austin. I want to hear your perspective on breaking 80 for the first time.
Dude. Oh my God. It was tough. I'll say this. I was pretty upset about it for about like 10 minutes, but then I got past it, and now I feel really good about it.
Because it's still your best round.
Right. And then I look at it, and I was like, there's a lot of things that I did well that I feel like I can like maintain and keep it going. Like my swing feels pretty good right now. The putters feels good.
Yeah, Austin said you were draining like everything.
Yeah, I was hitting some putts for sure. The iron swing was probably as good as, obviously I shot my PR, but my iron swing felt really good, which that's what I've been struggling with a lot recently. But it was tough because we went into 18, it was par 5, pretty straightforward. Not that long. Like a good drive for me can get me about 70, 80 yards to the green. Little trouble left with the trees. And then, have you played Lakeview?
Yeah, I've never played with y'all yet. Not there.
Okay, we need to go play. It's a good course, but shout out Lakeview. But so it's not that hard of a course. The right is open. It's like we're going down 18, and then hole 10 is coming back the other way. So it's like fairway, and if you really hit it right, fairway.
So it's like 3 holes.
Yeah, and there's some trees, but you're fine way right.
Yeah.
So my driver's been okay all day. Haven't pulled it yet all day. Naturally on 18, pull it straight into the trees. It probably goes in like 100 and I don't know. Like 200 yards down or something. Try to find it. No, I did find it. But I couldn't. It was like I had to punch out or take a drop, and it was probably like 10 feet in, super thick. I had like a gap probably like 3 feet wide to get out, and I was like, I can't do it. I was like, I can't try to punch it out. I was having to go pretty much sideways anyway, so I was like, I can't do it. Took a drop, hit my next shot, hit it okay. I'm about 65, 70 yards from the green, hitting my 4th shot. So I get up and down. I don't know what my score is.
Yeah, that's smart.
I know I'm shooting pretty well. I usually don't like to keep my score, add up the score like what I have, because it just gets in my head. But so I had 70 yards. I thin it over the green, and the parking lot's behind there. So it goes in the parking lot. Couldn't find it. Take another stroke, drop. Chip down to the green, 2 putt for an 8. And then I added up, and I was like, dude, I could have double bogeyed this and broken 80. And I did not.
So you shot at 80. It's still awesome.
No, it was. And then I shot an 82 when I played the next time. So things are looking up.
Yeah, you're trending in the right direction.
Yeah. We need to go play the scramble again soon.
Yeah, you can see. I need to go play around and actually just keep score, because the last 2 times I played, it was the scramble with y'all just for fun, and then I played a 2v2 with some people from church. So I haven't shot around and kept my own ball in a while.
Yeah.
So that's something that I got to do.
Yeah, we got to back
but
up there.
Golf in general, I had to thank you and Austin, or I wouldn't even be playing golf. And I'm very grateful for it because now I'm addicted. And
Dude, you got the bug.
I got the bug. Yeah, the
thing.
crazy chance of us all playing on the same day when y'all had no clue that I was going.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, for the same exact tee time. So my
Yep.
first round was with y'all, and it wasn't even meant to be.
Yep.
I was fully prepared to play with random people that day and just mess up their whole round and shoot 150, but I, by chance, got paired with y'all.
I can't believe that happened. That's crazy.
It's not even close to y'all at all. Like Village Greens
No,
really
it's
is
not.
not that close to y'all at all. And so when I said I'm going to play Village at 8 a.m. on a Thursday, I think it was.
Yeah,
It was like middle of the week.
Weekday, yeah.
It was the middle of the week, and I was like, I'm going to play Thursday at 8 a.m. They're like, no way. It's like, you know how that tee time wasn't full? It's like, because we're in that tee time.
Yeah.
And I thought that was
funny.
super cool. And so, and I parred the first hole at
Yeah, you did.
Village Greens, but then after that, we ain't got to talk about it.
Yeah.
But to my point, I've played baseball growing up left-handed, and I decided to start playing golf right-handed. So I've had to completely learn how to swing.
That's true. You did.
Yeah.
Because you were hitting left-handed at first, and
Right.
then you're at the range, and then
Mhm.
I remember you texted me, and you're like, I think I might be right-handed for golf.
Yeah, because no, actually, we were at the range together one time. You met me at the one near my house.
Yeah.
And I had my lefty clubs with me that were my grandpa's. Because I was like, well, I played baseball left-handed growing up. Like, I should be able to hit a golf ball left-handed. And I couldn't do it in my life. And you were with me. And I was like, man, give me your 8-iron. And I'll just hit it. And the first one, like, it didn't go, it was an 8-iron. It didn't go very far, but it was dead straight and went like 100 yards. And I got it off the ground and didn't shank it. And I was like,
that.
and then I had a couple more and goofed. And then I did text you later on. I was like, I think I'm just going to switch to right-handed.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've improved a lot in a little over a year.
You've gotten a lot better.
So
yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was the one that put us in play in the scramble. So
you carried that scramble.
But
you carried it for sure.
But so obviously golf is like right now it's probably like the center point of like especially me, you, and Austin's like friendship because it's hard for us to find time to all hang out.
Yeah.
And so when we do, it's like we might as well go play golf.
Yeah, exactly.
So why do you feel like as an adult, friendships are like super important? Obviously, you have your wife and she's your best friend, but outside of your wife,
so I mean, having that community around you is just super important, especially as a Christian, but even just in general. But as an adult, it's excuse me, which I heard you and Austin were talking about this a little bit. But it's just hard to like have good friendships as you get older. You have to make way more of an effort, be way more intentional about it. Because you can be like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with Andrew. It's like I haven't hung out with him in a while, and you're thinking like, oh, we hung out like a couple weeks ago. And it's like it's been like 2 months.
It'd be that way, and it goes by so fast.
It goes by really fast. But dude, life is just hard and stressful, and you have things coming at you all the time, and you're dealing with stuff, and like even just day-to-day stress of like working a job, paying bills, family stuff, even like doing, we've each got all of our own stuff for that, even like our individual hobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
You're a pro athlete, so you're on the road a lot.
I am on the road. I play professional cornhole, so
yeah. So
Austin's playing frisbee still.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's just a lot harder to find time. And you have to be a lot more intentional about it because as a Christian, we're supposed to be surrounded by people like a fellow believers and stuff to help build us up and fellowship together and stuff. And because if you're trying to do everything on your own, like you'll just fail. Yeah, because you can't do it.
Yeah, you'll definitely fail. And I think a lot of people they feel okay with it just being like them and God. And I feel like that's a very easy way to start transforming God into what you want God to be. And I think that's why community is important, because you can't distort God and think like I can just like hide this sin, or I can start living this way and I'll read the Bible in a way where people are like, yeah, I'm okay. Yeah. I'm fine. But community, like it brings that accountability where it's like, nah, bro, like, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Like, I love you, but like, I think we should work on this. Like I'm there for you, whatever. And so I think that's why community is important, especially for believers. Like,
yeah, definitely. And then also like to go along with that, like you could be doing something that like either you genuinely like didn't realize it was wrong what you're doing, or you have convinced yourself that, you know, you've made it be like, oh, it's not that bad, or like you've convinced yourself it's you're not doing the wrong thing. You need someone to be like, no, that's
It's always nice to have people in your corner that will like as politely as they can nudge you back in the right direction. Unless you just need to be slapped, then you can like
fair.
If you need to get slapped back in shape, then I'm all for it. If it's in good community, like whatever.
Definitely. Community is just huge, dude. Because when I moved back to North Carolina after school, and I know I've talked to y'all about it before, like even back when I was up there, but it was a tough time, man. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Like I was living at home with my parents, working a job I hated, away from pretty much like all my friends, save like the couple I had up in North Carolina who, but again, at that point, like you're still all either like working or in college away and stuff like that. So I was in a tough spot. Like it was not.
Yeah, that was definitely a tough season for you.
Yeah, you know, I was trying to go to church every week and stuff like that, but just it was tough. And then I moved back down here, and then just like having the immediate fellowship around me, like constantly and stuff, just like improved my life
tremendously.
Yeah, it was incredible
for sure. And that's why I've always like enjoyed having a roommate. Like I've had, I guess 3 or 4 now, and like I enjoy it. Not necessarily that I need the extra income to pay my bills.
Right.
I just, while I'm single and not married, I might as well have somebody here to spend some time with and to get to know. Like, this episode's coming out after I already had one with my roommate, and like it was just a good conversation with him because he owns his own business, and so he like works all the time. Even when he's home, he's working. So like our conversation was like one of the like more intentional conversations we've had because we're just so busy. And so,
dude, you really have to be intentional, because it was the same way when I lived here for 2 years. There would be days like 3-4 days at a time where like we would like not even talk to each other.
Or our schedules like didn't cross paths
Yeah, we
at
just
all.
like, I remember going days at a time where I like just didn't even see you, because it's like you would work like early in the morning, and then, you know, I'd go to work at like 8 or 9 o'clock, whatever, and then you'd come home in the afternoon, take your nap, and then get up and go
like
cornhole or whatever, and I get home in the evening, and then you get home at like 10 o'clock at night, and then we went to bed, and then just repeat. So it's like and then it gets even harder obviously whenever you know, you move out, you move away from each other, and then, you know, people get married, people have families, you have start careers, job, like there's all different types of stuff. And it's just, you just gotta be intentional. And I'm definitely not the best at it, and I'm like trying to be a lot more intentional with everything. Part of that, I think, perspective came from, you know, knowing I'm going to be a dad, and knowing that that's going to take up a lot of my time, which I'm like, you know, can't wait for. But just like, dang, like I want to be more intentional with everything in my life, because like now I've got this little man coming along who's going to be like, you know, taking after or watching what I do. And so, you know, just wanting to be a good example for him and stuff like that in every way. But
he's going to grow up trying to be just like you. Hopefully he's a better athlete.
Hopefully he's better at everything than I am,
Hopefully he doesn't choke in triple bogey 18 to break 80.
He's going to be, I'm going to take him golfing when he's like 12, and then he'll just beat me.
Off prep, first time you take him?
I hope not. Because when he's 12, I'll be what?
39?
39. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, bro, we're getting up there.
Life goes by so fast, dude.
Yeah, we're getting
up
there.
And I've been told they're like, my brother-in-law, he told me, he's like, dude, you think life goes by fast? He's like, wait till you have a kid. And he's got 3. He's like, when you have kids, he's like, that's when life starts going by fast. And I was like,
yeah, don't
I believe it. Yeah, I know. But
But either way, well, thank you and coming to sit with me for a little while, catching up on life, hearing about the soon-to-be baby boy.
Yeah, dude, it was a pleasure. I
Looking
appreciate you
forward to
having me.
hearing what the baby name is. Hopefully, it's not related to golf equipment.
It won't. Yeah, yeah. It won't be. It will not be. But I'll keep you updated with everything
For
as it
sure.
goes and stuff.
But I love you, man, and I appreciate that you just came and spent some of your day and just to come to talk.
Yeah, I love you too, man.
But yeah,
It was a pleasure.